Hello everyone and welcome back to Nothing But Star Wars. This week is the first in another semi-regular series I'm hoping to kick off on this channel, the Character Spotlight. This series will shine a light on the background or underutilised characters from the films that have a lot of interesting lore or backstory in other media. This week... Most people know Captain Phasma from her brief appearances in episodes 7 and 8 as the chrome-clad enforcer of the First Order. In her on-screen stories, she is an imposing and ruthless figure who is nevertheless bested twice by the Resistance and presumed dead, initially on Starkiller base, before meeting her actual end on board the Supremacy after a brief duel with First Order deserter Finn. While Phasma's role in the movies was minimal, she's had a great deal more time devoted to her across various comic series, books, and had her own novel as part of Lucasfilm's Journey to the Last Jedi publishing campaign. Phasma was born and raised on the planet Parnassos, a world in the unknown regions ravaged by radioactive devastation. She and her brother Keldo were members of a warrior clan that had to defend their land from other warring tribes. From a very young age, she proved herself both as a capable warrior and also ready to betray her allies at the slightest provocation, if it meant her own survival. This included stabbing her own brother, killing a fellow clan leader, and stealing the food and water of her own tribe. When she encountered a crashed First Order shuttle carrying General Brendol Hux, father of Phasma's future commander Armitage Hux, Phasma attempted to ingratiate herself into their ranks. Despite finding favour with Hux, Phasma eventually found herself at the centre of a massive clan war and was forced to pick a side. She chose to shoot her brother dead and abscond with a young child of the clan to become soldiers for the First Order. Once in orbit, Hux ordered his Star Destroyer to obliterate the entire landscape. Realising Phasma's potential, Hux split the First Order training programme between Phasma and another promising protégé named Captain Cardinal. A rivalry grew between the two until she was forced to kill Cardinal, after he discovered her role in the death of Brendol Hux, something she orchestrated with his own son, Armitage. Phasma became the symbol of First Order power, with her armour constructed of chromium scavenged from Brendol's ship, the very same material used by the Naboo on their royal starships. She oversaw the training of many troopers, including FN-2187, later Finn, claiming they had the potential to be the best soldiers the First Order ever produced, despite Finn's empathetic tendencies which she considered a weakness. She hoped a mission to the planet Jakku in search of the map to Luke Skywalker would dissuade him of this, but was in fact the key moment in his decision to turn on fascism for good. In the aftermath of Finn's escape, she returned to Starkiller base for a speech from General Hux as the weapon was fired for the first time, turning the Cold War between the New Republic and the First Order into a full-blown conflict. When Resistance agents infiltrated the base, a humiliated Phasma was overpowered, forced to lower the station's shields, and thrown into a rubbish dump. She managed to escape using an acidic compound and decided to frame an officer named Sol Rivas for her failure. She escaped the collapsing planet and pursued him with the help of TIE pilot TN-3465. Phasma travelled to the planet Leprora and became embroiled in another clan war, but eventually found Rivas and executed him. TN-3465 witnessed the underhanded execution and Phasma decided to kill her as well, returning to the First Order fleet to report her version of events to Hux, who then celebrated her devotion to the First Order. When Finn and Rose Tico infiltrated the mega-class Star Destroyer the Supremacy, Phasma readied them for execution but was interrupted by Admiral Holdo's deadly manoeuvre, which split the ship in two. A duel erupted between Phasma and her former student, but Finn bested her and she fell to her death, hatefully cursing the turncoat to the end. Behind the scenes, Phasma was portrayed by Gwendolyn Christie in The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, the animated show Star Wars Resistance, and in EA's Battlefront 2. The character was originally intended for a male actor, but Christie actively campaigned for the role and became the first leading female villain in the Star Wars franchise. Phasma was named after the film Phantasm, which featured a murderous chrome sphere, which also influenced her knight-like armour. Christie was pleased that her armour didn't sexualise the character in any way, and that her whole face was never revealed in order to make her more attractive. In fact, the reveal of Phasma's single eye moments before her death in The Last Jedi was a suggestion to director Rian Johnson by Daisy Ridley. And that's a brief history of Captain Phasma. Let me know your thoughts on the character and if you have any suggestions on a future one to highlight in this series. Drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.